Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Summer Signing Series. Mark Thompson, broadcaster with the Royals, here with head coach Larry Courville. Got an announcement today that I know makes Coach Courville very happy, probably make the fans of Reading happy as well. I'm not sure how the offensive players for the teams we play this year are going to feel about it, but Bryant Molle, we're going to announce the signing of him today, Coach.
Yeah, great. Bryant's been a great player for us the last couple of years. I'm glad to have him back for a third year. I don't think too many teams know how valuable he can be. He's a great shutdown defenseman, got a great stick, plays physical, is tough, and well respected within our locker room. So I'm very excited to bring him back, and definitely been trying to promote him at the American level. I feel that he deserves an opportunity, and hopefully we'll be able to get that to him this year.
Well, let's just start with the very tangible facts of how big Bryant Molle is. I think sometimes he's a little bit underestimated because he's a lean player, but he's 6'3", and you talk about this long stick that he plays with, and he seems to have the capacity to defuse offensive players for the opposition as they're entering the offensive end. Just something that it's almost like you don't even see it happen. It's so quick that he's got the flick of the stick, and all of a sudden the play's dead.
Oh, definitely. He's like one of our best defensive defensemen and defensive players on our team. Like you said, he's got a great stick. He has an act to be able to shut down teams down, offensive players, and get frustrated by the way he plays. He's resilient on his work ethic, and any team in the league would be happy to have him. I know throughout the year I get a lot of calls to trade for him, but he's one of those guys that I don't really consider moving because he's just a valuable part of our success, and again, we're very happy to have him back.
You mentioned his toughness. 10 fighting majors last year. It led the team. He's had 18 fighting majors in 2 seasons with the Royals. I think that's 5th on the all-time list there, but there's other elements of his toughness as well. You pointed out to me last season a couple of plays where guys were able to get on the inside track and make deflections on our goaltenders and score goals. And I talked about how boxing out, and you made mention of a player like Bryant Molle. The player never gets close enough to the net to make that deflection. I think my comment was, well, that's a great deflection. Yeah. But you're saying, your comment was, well, on Molle, that player never gets the inside track to get to the net to get that deflection simply because he plays so smart in front of the net.
Well, he does. The biggest thing with box outs, and people don't realize is, you don't just box out at the front of the net. You box out before the player gets to the net. Usually what happens is the puck ends up in the corner, and that player moves the puck to the defenseman, and it's a shot from the point. But a guy like Bryant Molle starts his box out from the corner and doesn't allow that guy to get to the front of the net, and you don't allow those tip-in goals. So he's a smart guy. He knows the game defensively. He's been taught well, and he's just a big asset, definitely in our penalty kill. And within our locker room, he's a character guy. He's a leadership guy, and the guys hate practicing with him because he makes everyone better. He competes every day, and that's the reason why he's been successful at what he does.
You mentioned it earlier. You've actually, and you are one of the coaches who's very active about trying to promote your players to the American Hockey League. And this is a guy, I've watched you, I've been in your office when you're trying to promote Bryant Molle to the American Hockey League and get coaches to realize that he's the type of player who can play at the next level. One of the elements that may work against him, he may not be the greatest practice player in the world, and some of what he does in practice really doesn't show up until you see him in a game. If you watch him in a game, he sometimes appears to be a completely different guy.
He is. He's not the prettiest skater. He's not the prettiest puck handler. We gave him an opportunity last year in Hershey's camp, and unfortunately, Mike Havlin didn't really know him as a player. He was the first player let go in Hershey's camp, wasn't given an opportunity to play in an exhibition game, and I definitely tried to push for Hershey to give him a game in exhibition because I know that he's more of a game type guy, and he had an opportunity during the year to get called up to Utica. Unfortunately, his flight got delayed and wasn't able to make it to the game. His bag ended up making it to Albany, but we ended up playing Evansville that night.
I don't think he was able to play for the Royals. His bag was in the American Hockey League, right, but he wasn't.
So it was nice that somebody actually gave him the opportunity this year, and one of the comments I made was, I've been trying to promote Brian for a couple of years now, and why did you choose Brian? He says, Larry, I watched a lot of your games. I've seen him play, and it was nice for somebody else to kind of see that in him. And, when I try to promote him, the biggest thing is the skating, but at our level, you don't see that being an issue, and I don't think at the next level, just because of the way he plays and his stick and the hard work and the determination that he has. I think will go a long way for him.
We talk about the tangibles, the intangibles. Really, it shows up in rings. He's got 2 of them. He won with the Fort Wayne Komets in the Central Hockey League in 2012. Of course, he was an integral part of the 2013 Kelly Cup Championship for the Reading Royals. Certain guys just hate to lose. And I look at Bryant Molle, and particularly after that series where knocked out against Fort Wayne last year, he was absolutely incensed. He's a guy that hates to lose.
For sure. Those type of players you need to bring into your locker room. It's about leadership, and he's a big part of that. Even whether he wears a letter on our team, it doesn't matter to him. He's about winning. He's about making his teammates better. He's about accepting his role, and that's why those type of players are key guys to bring back. And again, we're very happy to have them.
All right, announcing today the signing of defenseman Bryant Molle back with the Royals for his 3rd stint with the team. Molle, who right now is, I believe, a 5th all-time in fighting majors with 18th. I think he's 16th in penalty minutes. He's only 4 penalty minutes behind Coach Courville. I think he's got 193. You had 197.
I'm sure he'll surpass that this year.
I think he may pass you this year in that one.
For sure.
All right, Bryant Molle back with the Royals.